So I just saw 28 Years Later, and was it worth the hype? Kind of. I mean, it was nowhere near as good. I mean, it's not as good as the first one, but it's a lot better than the second one. But what is 28 years later about? Well, 28 years later is about this kid Spike and his dad and his mom. They're all living on a secluded island 28 years after the initial outbreak. The movie features a return from Danny Boyle, who, man, did you feel his absence in the second one? But and man, if you feel his return in this one. And this is probably his best movie since Jobs. I don't know. I only know he made Yesterday and Trainspotting 2. I haven't seen Trainspotting 2. Yesterday was whatever, but this is another good movie to add to his resume. And I would say overall, the thing about this movie that I think works best is the directorial style. It's not quite as good as the first one, but I still really like especially the scene where he first leaves the island and like where he goes across onto the mainland. That scene was directed really, really great. And there's a lot of other sequences that are directed perfectly. Apparently, this movie was shot on iPhone, which that kind of shocked me because like usually when a movie is shot on iPhone, I can tell. Like I've only seen one movie that was shot on iPhone I can recall, Tangerine, and there's also some Steven Soderbergh movie I can't recall which one it was. But yeah, that was shot on iPhone too. And this movie cinematography looks great. I do prefer the kind of crappy, low, like really staticky, not staticky. What's the word? Low resolution. I don't know. I think it's low resolution of the first film. But I get that style probably won't work too much, and the style here works pretty well. It also does a good job of feeling frantic without being incomprehensible. Like quite sometimes the second one was incomprehensible how frantic it was. Not all the time. Like the opening, it was like opening that movie was great. Everybody knows it's great, but like there's a scene where they're all locked in this room where a zombie comes in, and it was incomprehensible instead of frantic and frightening. Thankfully, this movie doesn't fall into that pitfalls. Then there are the characters. The main character is Spike, I think played by Alfie Williams, does a great job. He's easily the best kid. That's the one thing I'll say about these movies that gets better and better. Like the first movie is good, but all the actors are good except for the kid. Let's just say there's a reason she never had a career, and all those other actors went to go get Oscar nominations, even a win. And then the second one, the girl, the boy in that one sucked, but the girl was much better. In this one, we finally have like a really great performance from the kid. Then there's his dad, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's really proving himself a lot more. Like he's a much more diverse actor than I expected. This and Nosferatu, there's a lot. He's a really great actor, and way making up for that damn Godzilla movie. But okay, then there's also his mom. I don't remember who she was played by. My bad. But she was really good too. And then it was Ray Fiennes as the doctor. Honestly, the cast, all good exception, and the characters are each interesting and well developed. And I'm really interested to see where they're gonna go next. Only character though I wish they did more with was this soldier. He's like a newcomer to this island. He got like stranded here, and this is his first time. Thought, ooh, he's a guy who's from the outside world. It's the first time being here. I thought they can do more with that, but then he just dies, and like, what was the point of that character being here except to just save the characters just one time? Like, was it really that necessary to have in the story? But aside from that, it works. Everything else with the character wise is pretty good. I would say this movie's all really great, but then comes the ending. I don't know what the hell the ending was. Like it felt like in the second movie, where you know how the opening was directed by Danny Boyle, and it feels like the quality just feels so much better compared to the rest of that movie. I mean, 28 Weeks Later just average, but like that was incredible. This is like the opposite of that. Like this feels like the director from the last movie. Like this, feel like they changed directors at the very end because the last scene feels so out of place compared to the rest of the movie we've been seeing. I was like, am I watching the same freaking movie? What happened? I'm not going to go spoil. Let's just say it feels so jarring and not in a good way. And it ends on a alright cliffhanger, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to see where the new one goes. And I'm very excited because once again, Danny Boyle's leaving. For some reason, I don't know what he else has he's doing right now, but maybe it'll be better. But I just say that the director they got to replace them is the director of The Marvels, which was the first MCU movie to bomb. So yeah, not looking good. And that so Candyman movie, whatever. I had not seen the first movie. Maybe I'll be good, but just from the first two I have seen, ain't looking that great. And just in the ending in general, I can't. But one thing I'll say that I thought the change was gonna suck. They changed the composer. John Murphy's not here, and one of the things I love about the first two movies so much is the music. I thought they're not having John Murphy, so I thought it was gonna be weaker. But it's surprising. The guys, I forgot this band, something like that. They did a great job and filled the shoes perfectly. I did not recognize I was gone. Their score fitted really well. Again, outside, if it wasn't for the ending, I wouldn't judge it. Also, I can't fully give it a 10 because again, this is just the first movie in a trilogy. It's like that Beyond the Spider-Verse movie. What we saw was really good, but I can't fully judge until I see the continuation because again, it's just one piece of the puzzle. I haven't seen the full picture yet. So, and then until then, I can't fully judge it. So my score may drop or rise depending on how the next two movies go. But for now, I'm going to give it a very high 8 out of 10.